If you were a kid in the 80s and 90s, your toy box was undoubtedly overloaded with Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, and Ninja Turtles. But one of the many unsung heroes of that period has got to be the cybernetic critters known as Battle Beasts. What's up, Internet? Every Single Muscle here, and we're going to get right down to it. Today, we're looking at a compilation of my Every Single Battle Beast shorts. This time, it's Series 2. 24 more beasts are ready for battle. If you want to check out Series 1, I'll link to that in the show notes below. But I don't want to blather on any longer. Let's get into beast mode. Every single beast warms itself on a rock in the sun with Battle Beast number 29, Icky Iguana, aka Iguanamons. The first beast in Series 2. Icky Iguana is an underrated beast. He's super detailed. He's got all of these scales and spines all over him. Really a fine figure. No rub sign on mine here, unfortunately. According to the Transformers wiki, his weapon, the Saber, a wavy sword knife dealie, can cut through up to 30 centimeters of magnum steel. As we'll come to learn, none of the Series 2 or 3 beasts appear in the Transformers Headmasters anime, so this will probably be the last time I even mention it. Still, he's got the same standard pieces of art out there otherwise. Just a word to the wise, don't leave him or any of your beasts in a non-climate controlled space, or you might end up with a sticky Icky, and not the good kind. Every single beast rolls onto the scene with Battle Beast number 30, Armored Armadillo, Japanese Beastformers name, Brown Gyro. Takara was clearly on a roll with these Series 2 character designs. Look at all the precision sculpting on his armor plates. The colors are really great too, that magenta armor with the pops of yellow. This guy just kicks ass. His weapon, the Gyrodar, is a double-sided hooked blade thing. He's seen holding it on the Meiji card, though strangely he has a very different weapon on the poster image. But as is often the case for me, I don't own the weapon at all. It's just the figure that remains, and it's a damn good one. Every single beast bounds on with Battle Beast number 31, Jaded Jag, aka Power Jaguar. Now, the Jag is one of the heftier beasts. It definitely stands kind of taller and wider than most of the others. And what we're looking at here is the standard red Jaded Jaguar, the red armor against his pale yellow fur. It's a pretty great color choice, but I don't think it holds up against the much rarer blue Jag variant, which has just recently joined my collection. For the full story on that, check out part 2 of my Toy Depot Geekin' Out toy hunt. Not only did I score the Blue Jag in an insane toy trade, but I also sit down with Battle Beast expert Killer Carp to discuss a major collecting controversy around the Blue Jag. The Jaguar comes pre-packaged with a weapon called the Jag Spear, though strangely he's pictured with a different weapon on the poster image. He's got a great character design and even pops up on the box art for the Red Phoenix playset. Whatever the case, whichever Jag you have in your collection, his presence on the toy shelf is undeniable. Every single beast makes a splash with Battle Beast number 32, Humungous Hippo, known in Japan as Strong Hippo. In my opinion, the Hippo might be the most underrated Battle Beast. I'm a big fan of him, though to be completely transparent, I love hippos in general. In fact, I have this hanging up in my living room. The Hippo doesn't have any unique appendages or anything like that, but he's got a really great face mold. I just love his rounded snout. The weapon he came packaged with is a tiny axe called the Aqua Hippo. Real clever stuff. It has a slightly different design on the poster image, but he's seen wielding the weapon proudly over his shoulder on the box art for the Shocking Shark playset. As you can see, mine is missing his rub sign, but that's okay because I just love his stupid hippo face. Every single beast locks antlers with Battle Beast number 33, Major Moose, Japanese Beastformers name, Wave Moose. The Moose, with his pale green armor, is a pretty majestic battle beast, his most prominent feature, of course, being the antlers on top of his head. His weapon, the Wave Mooser, is a somewhat antler-shaped thing all on its own. Major Moose appears somewhat docile on his Meiji card, but the poster image of him looks downright pissed off. Now, it's always important to remember that the moose is a dangerous creature, and you should not make any attempt to approach it in the wild, because as we're all aware, it will very quickly rear up and fire a turret gun in all directions. Every single beast blends right in with Battle Beast number 34, Delta Chameleon, known in Japan as, I'm going to give the pronunciation a shot in the dark, Green Cameles. There's no bones about it. This is a great beast. The coloring is vibrant. The texture on his skin is so detailed. He's got the bulging red eyes, the spikes on his shoulders. He's a winner for sure. His weapon, the Magnalon, is a two-pronged pokey doodad with the power to transmit electromagnetic waves that create mirages, or at least so says tfwiki.net. Delta Chameleon meets all the standard Battle Beast art checkboxes with both a Meiji card and an appearance on the poster. He doesn't appear on any other box art to the best of my knowledge, but who knows? Maybe he's just camouflaged in the background, hiding. Every single beast hops along with Battle Beast number 35, Kickback Kangaroo, known in Japan as Jungaroo. Everyone loves the kangaroo beast with its teal armor, its prominent kangaroo tail, and its one boxing glove fist. He's definitely got a lot going for him. Living up to the kangaroo's Australian origins, Kickback Kangaroo's weapon is the Galmarang, a boomerang with a handle. Not surprisingly, Kickback Kangaroo is a favorite among many beast collectors. Not only is the figure great, but the artwork of him out there is pretty awesome too. My kangaroo still has his rub sign, and it's fire, baby, just like the figure itself. Every single beast suctions onto your face with Battle Beast number 36, Octillion Octopus, known in Japan as simply Red Octo. Look, I know I say this about a lot of them, but the octopus is a top-tier beast. The red and blue colors pop, the tentacle arms just rule, and I love his little nozzle mouth nose thing. The octopus's weapon of choice is the Octo Anchor, which, to be more accurate, is a spear with a large arrowhead at the tip. He's an awesome figure. The poster art is cool too, but the Meiji card is maybe the coolest piece of individual Battle Beast character art out there. Just so damn rad. Octillion Octopus, another legend of the toy shelf. Every single beast flops ashore with Battle Beast number 37, Wolfgang Walrus, aka Sea Iron. The tusked crusader Wolfgang Walrus is a phenomenal figure. Obviously, there's the aforementioned tusks, but you also gotta give it up for this one weird flipper hand that he's got here. Just absolutely bizarre. Wolfgang's weapon pack-in was the Sea Saber, a rad-looking bionic fishing spear. The walrus is formidable in every form, whether it be the poster or the card art, but I personally love his cameo on the box art for the Shocking Shark playset. There is a variant floating out there, the unpainted Tusk Walrus, which also notably has green eyes and vents instead of the normal white paint. But whichever version of the walrus you owned, he would certainly have been a heavy presence in your childhood Battle Beast collection. Every single beast squeaks in with Battle Beast number 38, Powerhouse Mouse, Japanese Beastformers name, Scout Mouse. I've had this mouse since I was a kid, a generally underappreciated beast, although he's got a few notable features, notably his ears here, the little buck teeth in the front. He's also got this tail that's molded down his leg, and of course, the blue shovel hand that is unique only to the mouse figure. His weapon, the Scow Saber, a portmanteau of Scout and Saber, is a blunt, rounded sword, I think? He can be seen holding it on the poster image, though other versions of the poster art have a completely different weapon in hand. Like the walrus before him, Powerhouse Mouse also has a variant, the unpainted Teeth Mouse. Less interesting looking, but much harder to come by. My mouse, unfortunately, no longer has his rub sign, but that's okay. He's still a special little guy. Every single beast rummages through your trash cans with Battle Beast number 39, Dragoon Raccoon, aka Dark Raccoon. The raccoon is another great beast with dark green armor over his gray-brown fur. If you look closely, you can see that his raccoon mask is kind of cybernetic in nature, but I think his most prominent feature has got to be his one human-like hand. Raccoons notoriously have dexterous, prehensile, five-fingered front paws, allowing them to pick up food and garbage, and the raccoon here is the only Battle Beast with a hand of this type. The weapon he came packaged with is called Dark Fire, and it appears to be in the shape of a tree or a leaf or a pine cone or something. A very unique weapon that he can be seen holding on the Meiji card art, but strangely he's seen with different weapons on the Japanese poster, sorry for the low resolution there, and on the box art for the Wood Beetle playset. But to be honest, I don't have his weapon, I just have this figure, and it's a pretty good one if you ask me. Every single beast slurps up the competition with Battle Beast number 40, Antic Anteater, known in Japan as Power Nozzle. The Anteater has got to be the most oddly colored Battle Beast out there. I've never seen an Anteater with neon red fur before, but against that pale aquamarine armor, he definitely stands out. Obviously, we've got to take note of the long snout, but also his weird inverted three-pronged claw hand. No doubt a valuable tool in digging up ants. His weapon, the Nose Arm, has 3 magic hands that grip and ensnare targets. His representations on the poster and collectible Meiji card are pretty great too, but I just want to take a moment to reiterate that his name in Japan is Power Nozzle.
Battle Beast! Wood! Fire! Fire burns wood! Battle Beast! Fire! Water! Water puts out fire! Battle Beast! Water! Wood! Wood beats water! Battle Beast! Collect every one of these incredible creatures to battle for fun! Just activate their battle badges.
I got fire! I got water! Water beats fire!
Battle Beast can grow into an army!
Collect all 84.
Battle Beast!
Hey, if you're watching, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, do the thing with the bell. You know the drill. Every single beast quacks back with Battle Beast number 41, Run Amuck Duck, known in Japan as Smile Duck. Now, in my opinion, his Japanese name is no surprise at all because just taking a look at this little fella brings a smile to my face too. The bright blue armor, the yellow feathers, and the vibrant reddish-orange accents make this guy look a whole lot friendlier than some of the other beasts, even with his inexplicable curved blade hand. As it turns out, his weapon, the Smile-On, which I just recently acquired and will be featuring in an upcoming video, has the powers to emit psychic waves that suppress negative emotions, so he's really living up to that cheery Japanese moniker. Art-wise, Run Amuck Duck pops up in all the usual places you'd expect, and of course there are a ton of other ducks in pop culture: Donald, Daffy, Toilet Duck. But for my money, nobody fits the bill quite like this guy. Every single beast burrows back with Battle Beast number 42, Minor Mole, known in Japan as simply Underground. The mole is a fun-looking dude with his lavender fur, his purple armor, this light mounted on his forehead, and of course his unique robotic clamp hand. His weapon, the Ungrinder, is a vibrating axe that allows for high-speed digging through dirt and rock. Interesting note, Minor Mole's appearance on the poster has the completely wrong color scheme. It seems the colorist confused this guy with hardtop tortoise, so he ended up with black fur and orange armor. Speaking of colors, Minor Mole has a variant figure, the Black Armored Minor Mole, which I acquired just a few months ago from my buddy Killer Carp. And if you ask me, the black armor looks even better than the purple. What do you think? Which is your favorite mole figure? Shout it out in the comments. There's no wrong answers here. Every single beast inks up the waters with Battle Beast number 43, Cutthroat Cuttlefish, aka Cuddle Deep. From the briny depths of the ocean comes Cutthroat Cuttlefish with his squid-like head, his tentacle arms, and his one harpoon appendage. He's definitely a standout battle beast. His weapon, the Dream Spear, may look unremarkable, but is actually a weapon of his own invention and has the power to create a shroud of darkness and produce holograms to disorient his foes. He's one of 2 cephalopod beasts, along with Octillion Octopus here, and his poster art is pretty rad too. But the figure itself, he's really something special. Now let's take a look at his rub sign. It's water! Well, I can't say I'm too surprised. Every single beast builds a dam out of twigs and shit with Battle Beast number 44, Eager Beaver, known in Japan as Bebop. Is that a play on Bebop? I don't really know. You know, at a glance, the beaver here is kind of an unremarkable battle beast. The color scheme isn't too exciting, but then the more you look at him with his webbed-looking feet and his bushy tail and his buck teeth in the front there, I shouldn't have insulted him. He's a great battle beast, too. His weapon is called the Saw Beat, a sword that's also a saw that has the power to cut into any object. Eager Beaver appears on the poster with a much more ferocious look and is also featured on a Meiji card but with a much darker complexion. My beaver is unfortunately missing his rub sign, but I like to think it was wood, because nobody handles wood quite like a beaver. Every single beast rides the tide with Battle Beast number 45, Slasher Seahorse, Japanese Beastformers name Junior Dragon. The Seahorse is another great beast. He's got a very unique profile with his very thin, elongated snout and headpiece. He's also got these seahorse-style shoulder epaulets here, and mine's actually doing pretty good. He's still fairly minty. His weapon, the Screw Spinner, is a trident that can rotate its spearhead to create water funnels that pummel his foes. Slasher Seahorse's poster art is pretty great too, makes him look extra scaly. Now let's take a look at his rub sign. And hey, it's water, which makes sense. Of course, it's random, so it doesn't always make sense, but this time it does. Every single beast spins his head around 270 degrees with Battle Beast number 46, Night Owl, aka Night Owl. That's right, both nights are applicable here, so there he is, the paladin of the evening, Night Owl. Unquestionably a top-tier beast, and I won't hear otherwise. The owl's got great coloring with his navy blue armor and red highlights. He's got the wings, he's got the bird claw feet, he's got the cyborg eye. Just so friggin' cool. His weapon, the Night Saber, is some kind of blade, I guess, but I'd say it more closely resembles a fleur-de-lis. The owl looks like a troublesome little scamp in his poster art. He's also spotted in the background of the Wood Beetle playset, but most notably, he appears alongside two Series 1 beasts on the cover for issue number 1 of the Battle Beasts comic book, which I desperately need to own. Here's one more look at him. He's a pretty great beast, and his rub sign is fire. Yeah, it is. Every single beast double humps back with Battle Beast number 47, Hunchback Camel, known in Japan as Yellow Camelus. There he is, Hunchback Camel, an admittedly underwhelming battle beast. I think his color scheme is where they went wrong. Should have given him a little more contrast. The combination of pale yellow fur and then the yellow-orange armor just doesn't quite stand out. But you know what does stand out? These two humps on his back. There you go. At least they delivered on our camel expectations. His weapon, the Airnizer, is some kind of club on a stick covered in spikes. There's not a ton of camel art out there, just this one piece, presumably from the poster. One more time, there's the camel, very possibly the least interesting battle beast of all of them. Can't say that for sure, but tell you what, when this whole thing is over, I'll put out a poll with 76 options, and we can find out definitively. Every single beast roars back with a polarizing figure, number 48, Pillaging Polar Bear, known in Japan as Polar Battle Bear. I think a lot of beast collectors look past the polar bear. Obviously, he's not very vibrantly colored with his white fur and his pale blue armor, but he's a polar bear. The color scheme fits. Now, if we're to argue he doesn't actually resemble a bear, well, then I agree completely. But all that said, Pillaging Polar Bear is big, about half a head taller than most other beasts, so he's at least got that going for him. His weapon pack-in is the Polar Freezer, a pretty cool axe with what I'll once again assume is can opener functionality. He looks ferocious and pissed off on the poster and appears to be spotting an enemy in the distance in the cover art for the Shocking Shark playset. And the rub sign on my polar bear is kind of hard to see, but it's fire! Not what you expected, huh? Every single beast hides its nuts in a tree hollow with Battle Beast number 49, Squire Squirrel, Japanese name, Flying Attacker. Now, I know a lot of people love this guy, but I always thought it was odd that this squirrel doesn't have a tail. That always seemed like one of the more prominent squirrel features to me, but this is a flying squirrel, so what he lacks in tail, he makes up with in these wings here. I can't tell if they're supposed to be biomechanical or not. They certainly look like mechanical parts, but They match his fur color, so interpret that however you like. His weapon, the Musasa Beamer, named after the Japanese giant flying squirrel, the Musasabi, is kind of a half scythe on a handle or something. Squire Squirrel's poster art looks downright rabid, and he also makes a cameo on the box art for the Red Phoenix playset, standing guard with his buddy, Prickly Porcupine. The squirrel also has a variant figure floating around out there, the Yellow Vent Squirrel, which has yellow vents instead of the usual red ones, and he's also notably missing the white paint on his front teeth. Fun fact, Squire Squirrel is the most likely battle beast to get flattened into roadkill. Every single beast sinks its teeth in with Battle Beast number 50, Saber Sword Tiger, known in Japan as Platinum Tiger. The saber-toothed tiger beast is a favorite among many. His armor is a very vibrant kind of aqua blue. He's got these fangs in the front here, and of course these extra large talons, or maybe they're also fangs, on his shoulders. None of the other beasts have anything like that, so he's kind of always stood out from the pack for that reason. Saber Sword Tiger's weapon is the Platinum Sword, even though it's less of a traditional sword and more of an épée from fencing. He has the distinction of being the only Series 2 battle beast to appear in the Transformers Headmasters cartoon show. Obviously, he's got your standard art from the poster and the Meiji card, but more interestingly, he appears on the box art for the rare Japanese Greatest Confrontation playset. This is a specifically high-ticket item because the laser beasts inside this box were exclusive to this set. I also found a similar piece of art, but I'm not sure where it's from. And thanks to ToyArchive.com, these images of his Japan-exclusive premium hologram card are also floating around out there. With all that out of the way, let's take a look at his rub sign. Oh yeah, it's fire, but it's not the one we're used to seeing, is it? Up to this point, all the holograms have been flat and monocolored, but this is a vibrant, multicolored hologram, and that's because later on in the run, the rub signs were replaced and upgraded to full color ones. Expect to see a lot more of those in Series 3, which we are rapidly approaching. Every single beast pooped in the house and you accidentally stepped in it with Battle Beast number 51, Bludgeoning Bulldog, Japanese Beastformers name Bullhorn. You know, I always thought Bludgeoning Bulldog was one of the less interesting battle beasts, probably because his pale brown fur just doesn't really stand out, but looking at him now, I don't know, the black and red armor, he's got kind of Hordak vibes. Also, I'm noticing this for the first time. Look at his feet. Most beasts have animal feet sticking out from their armor, but the Bulldog's feet are completely covered up, and instead we got these kind of cybernetic boots. I genuinely never noticed this before. Here he is on the poster, but I think the collector's card image of him shows his true potential. If he had a two-toned face like that, he'd probably be a much more popular figure. His weapon, the aptly named Bull Stick, is well, it just kind of looks like a cane, doesn't it? I wonder why he has that. Oh god, what's that smell? Why, it's another Every Single Beast, and this time we're talking Battle Beast number 52, Pew-Trid Skunk, known in Japan as Ultra Gas. Listen, I'm not going to ignore it. The skunk doesn't exactly look like a skunk. He does have this white tuft of hair on the back, but that hardly resembles a skunk stripe, and the lavender fur definitely doesn't get us any closer to skunk territory. Thankfully, it at least evokes the horrible, odorous vibes by wearing a cool gas mask style mech gear, which unfortunately mine has some paint missing on it, but that's okay. If they had just inverted the colors a little bit, if we did black fur with the white stripe, the lavender gear, he definitely would read more Pepe Le Pew and less weird purple possum thing. His weapon, the Air Changer, is a wavy sword that can alter the density and chemical composition of gases. Pew-Trid Skunk never had a bio card made, so he's only got the poster art, which, as you can see, inverted the colors to make him a much more skunky-looking dude. Regardless, it's important to note that the stench radiating off this skunk isn't just a horrible smell, but it's also a bittersweet one, as Pew-Trid Skunk marks the end of Battle Beasts Series 2. Thankfully, Series 3 has some of the coolest Battle Beasts in the entire line, and they're coming up next. Stay tuned. Come on now, those are some really great action figures, but like I said, you don't even know the half of it. Series 3 truly has some of the most elite figures in the line, so be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on alerts for more updates on every single Battle Beast every single toy obscurity out there, and of course, every single muscle.